Hello everyone, happy Friday. I hope you are all doing super well. I haven't been on Facebook Live for a while, so I thought I would stop in and talk to you about my the article that I just published today on my site. I thought I would just do a little chat about it. So I see a couple eyeballs on there, so be sure and tell me who you are and where you are coming from and what you're doing on this Friday. I am having a fairly low-key Friday. It seems like I have been so busy. Oh wait, it says that. There we go. It seems like I've been super busy. Hi, Monica. The last couple Fridays, so it's been nice to have some breathing room where I could do some admin work and do some writing and some follow-up stuff. And it's fresh-faced Friday. I did take a shower after my run, and I washed my hair after days of not washing it, which is, I always feel like it looks the best after I do that. But anyway, this is not about my hair. So, hi Aleve, hi Rosa, welcome, hi Anna. Thank you for joining me today. So I don't know if you guys saw the article that I published today. Oh, Rosa, thank you. Hair looks fabulous. I appreciate it. It's too bad I'm not doing anything tonight. Actually, I was going to do something called at a yoga studio close to me. They sent me an email about this thing called ecstatic dancing. And it's basically just a, it looks like from the flyer that is just like a dance party, which you know is right up my alley. But then a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go see a movie. So I decided to go to Baywatch for obvious reasons. And they're going to have a dance party again. So I thought I would have another chance to do the dance party, but I may not get another chance to hang out with my friends. So I always like to choose friends if I can. So anyway, that's what I'm doing tonight, but I'm gonna stay fresh-faced and just keep it low-key because that's how I like my Fridays to be. So Monica says that it's 8:30 in Hungary and you're winding down after a long day. I hope it was a good long day and that you've been doing some stuff that really fills your cup. And that is actually why I wanted to have this Facebook Live today. One, because I haven't really had a conversation with you guys in a while. Anna asked, go dancing with friends. I would love to go dancing with friends. The problem with going dancing with friends, though, and this is going to show you how nerdy I am, is that I don't like to stay out late, and I like to go to bed pretty early, even on the weekends. And so most dancing lasts until, I know, I am such an old lady. Most dancing doesn't start until 10, and that is when my bedtime is. But this dancing actually starts at 8:45, and it goes from 8:45 until 10:15. But I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to do it in June. They're having another one. And I don't know if y'all have heard this this new trend, but I've been seeing it a lot lately. And one of them just came to Austin, but I can't really go. They are like daytime raves. Have you heard about this? Like morning breakfast raves, and it's where you just go and dance and there's no drinking. It's just for the love of moving your body, and I Would love to go. That would be so fun. And I think that they do them all over the world. They do them in, a friend of mine lives in England, and she knows that they have a couple in like London and Nottingham. And I know somebody else who does them in like New York, but I do not have, my kids are normally around in the morning, so it would be hard to go to a rave. So anyway, but what I want, well, actually this is exactly what I wanted to talk about. Is filling up your cup. So I published an article this morning or today that talked about fulfillment and what makes us fulfilled, what makes us feel full. And so often we are chasing what makes us feel full and what makes us feel alive, or we are doing things in our day for the pursuit of happiness, which is the reason why we do anything, is to make us happy, to make us feel liked and fulfilled and content and all of those things. But it's tricky because some of the things that we do are great, but the intention behind why we do things is not always so clean and pure, and it's so often not a conscious thought. It is a subconscious reason why we are doing what we're doing. Hi Rebecca, hi Angela, hi Elaine, welcome. Blessings to you too. Thank you very much. But so much of what we do is really based on fulfillment and being fulfilled. But if you do all these things that we think are going to make us feel good, and we feel like it's just still, we are thirsty and dry. In the article, I love metaphors, and so I really likened that desire to be fulfilled with thirst, and quenching that thirst that we have, all of us have, for contentment and for fulfillment. We are all searching for that. But it's always curious to me why some people go through life always feeling unmet, always feeling thirsty, always feeling like it's just not enough. And the not enough thing is so prevalent in our society, both not enough about how thin we are and how much money we have and how many friends we have. There's just always that sense of incompleteness. And I feel like and I've always wondered why. Why is this such a struggle, such a human struggle? And so I was thinking, and I actually just finished a new book. I listened to it, and it was awesome. It's by somebody who I've actually quoted before on some of my, like I've done a few quotes and things like that. It is a lovely woman called Danielle Laporte, and her newest book is White Hot Truth. And I actually, my Motivation Monday from this week was from this book. But I love Danielle Laporte because she has such a beautiful, flowy way of talking about real stuff. And at the very end, it really struck me. The last chapter was all about devotion, and her idea of devotion is all about a pure giving yourself to the trueness within each of us, and doing things not out of a sense of obligation or approval or any of those things. Do it for the love. Do it for just the devotion of what that is. And she asked, and she wrote, will you do it all for your own fulfillment, not to improve your deficiencies or for approval or ratings or to please the cosmic council? And I was actually running when I heard that, and I stopped in my tracks, and I was like, that's it. That is one of the reasons I feel like we do things and search for things, and it never quite feels the way we want it to feel, is because we are always starting at a deficit. We are always starting trying to fill what is empty and fill what is not quite working. And when we are always trying to make up for our shortcomings, that hole never gets filled. But if we do it from a place of completeness first, and that's a really hard thing to kind of wrap your mind around, I think, doing it from a completeness first, it actually fills you up. And so the perfect example of that is something like running. And I actually talked about this in my call that I had last Sunday with Angela Loeb, which was so great. It was such a flowy 30 minutes. And so if you want to go check it out, I would love for you to let me know what you think. And her podcast is great. Anyway, one perfect example of this whole principle is exercise and working out and running. I used to run, so I haven't always been an exerciser. For those of you who know me in real life, I'm really not very athletic. I played intramural soccer in high school. I enjoyed being with people, but I've never really been very good at playing sports, using equipment, much to my husband's chagrin, because he is definitely a sports person. Anyway, exercise, I have never really been a big exerciser. Well, I started with my struggles with food in high school and wanting to lose weight, and I really only used food to manage my feelings about myself. And then in college, I was introduced to exercise. And so I started working out, and there was some benefit from it. I felt good, but I always used it as a means to lose weight, a means to fix where I was broken, a means to look better, to be approved, for people to like me, all of those reasons that are so common in how we talk to ourselves about exercise. And so it really wasn't until the last 5 to 6 years, actually right before I started coaching, that my perspective on all of that really shifted. And that shift changed everything else about my life. And that shift was, like Rosa said, loving myself first, and using something as powerful as exercise as a means to magnify my own greatness and feel strong and practice being committed to myself and loving myself and using it as true self-care instead of using it to punish myself or change myself in some way. Yes, it does change you. It does have changing body benefits, but that mindset shift, that new way of looking at myself and the act of being active was so life altering for me. And that life altering happens in so many different ways. So hit me with some hearts if this is resonating with you guys. I want to hear your experience with this. But this, when I read that in that book and I connected it with my life experience, thank you guys. It was one of those like boom experiences. And I was not only able to connect it so much with exercise and eating. So you can, and I talk about this a lot in the 30-day reset and with my my wellness coaching clients, all about really changing your relationship with food. Food for so many people becomes something that needs to be controlled, that has to be manipulated because we aren't good the way we are, instead of seeing food as an expression to nourish ourselves and refuel our bodies. And that is the shift that people need to make in whatever eating style you use, whether you are paleo or macro or vegan or whatever it is. It's never about the action. It's always about the intention. It's always about the spirit that animates the action that is a true game changer for really feeling alive and being connected with what we are truly wanting to get when we are wanting to be fulfilled or do whatever it is to be fulfilled. Is this resonating with you guys? It's sometimes hard to read the comments, so I would love to get some hearts and some thumbs up. And also, if this resonates with you guys, please feel free to share this out and tell people that you are watching this. Thank you guys. Yes, Tanya said a mindset shift feels so magnificent. And it's so interesting. And I say that the wellness journey is a spiritual journey because if we do everything that we do is either aligned with our spirit or not. And it could be like way out in left field, or it could be just slightly off kilter, but it's either aligned with our spirit or not. And when we do enough things that are not aligned with our spirit and our soul, we start feeling that disconnected feeling, that feeling of not enough and things aren't working right and all of that stuff. And we know when it's not working right, but often we can't put our finger on it. And so when we can't put our finger on it, we try to fix things. And so often, especially the women who come to me want to fix it, or who gravitate to what I write, what I talk about, the groups I have, is that they are looking are trying to fix it from a weight loss or wellness or eating or whatever means. That is their way of filling their cup. So their cup runneth over. And if we are constantly filling our cup with things that aren't quenching that thirst that we have for contentment and fulfillment, either by the way we think about what we're doing, meaning exercise as a means of fixing a broken body or fixing a not good enough self, or even chasing things that we think are going to fix whatever that thing is. We will always be left feeling like we are not fulfilled, incomplete. And so how do we do this? I talked about this in my article. How do we start to actually start feeling fulfilled in our daily life and feeling fulfilled from the things that we do and the interactions that we have? I've talked a lot about like actions that we can take, like exercise or eating well or finding a job, but it's also in relationships. We so often have these expectations from the people around us that they're going to make us feel better. But it's very often that our cup is a little bit cracked. And so they can put in all the water, all the pure, clean, refreshing water that they want, or that we want, or that we think that we need. But if our cup is cracked and it's leaking, then we have to fix the cup before anything good can be held in there for any significant amount of time. And so whenever we start a journey of any kind, we really need to both look at how we are approaching the actions that we're taking, how we are talking to ourselves about what we're doing, and then we also need to look at the state of our cup, the state of our body. Has our perfect cup that was brought into the world, has it remained lovely and perfect and non-cracked, or has it been dropped a couple times, or maybe somebody has poked a hole in it? All of that stuff can be fixed. And Ginger, somebody in my Vibrant Warrior group, she posted on the article post that I made earlier today, and she was talking about how, Ginger's here. Hi, Ginger. She was talking, or she posted a picture about a type of art that takes broken bowls and actually fixes them using gold or silver. And I think that is such a beautiful, I actually read that and I was like, Ginger gets me. She totally understood what I was trying to say. That is such a beautiful way of thinking about the imperfections of us, and the cracks that we all sustain throughout our life. Are you going to fill those cracks with, are you going to let them keep leaking and blame those cracks for all of your water flowing out and your lack of fulfillment and your struggles in life? Or will you fill them with gold? And I'm getting a little teary-eyed. And be the best version of you possible. And that's the choice that we all face, is will we look at our bowl or our cup and actually look at the cracks and look at what caused the cracks, or even just don't even look at what caused the cracks. If it's too painful right now, if you're too brittle right now, don't even look at that stuff. Just focus on filling it with gold. And then once your cup is filled and repaired, then fill it with beautiful, clean, refreshing water that will really make you feel fulfilled. And chances are you won't need as much water to have your cup overflowing. When it doesn't have cracks and things aren't leaking, a little water goes a long way. And when our cup is then filled, and it is then overflowing, we have so much to give to everyone else. And that is the point of this whole thing, in my opinion, is connection and how we can make the world a better place. So, and when that cup is full, that is where our love is. When we are full, we can give more of that to the world. So, I hope this has been helpful for you, or it resonated with you, or you can take this away. I do not have all the answers. All I can do is live my journey. And somebody calls me, in fact, I think Ginger just came on, Ginger Lee Weatherford. She said that I'm a life guru, and I don't know, it always makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable because I guess I don't see myself that way, because I feel like we all have so much potential to make the world a better place if we look at what is happening around us and then speak it out. Use that voice. Use whatever insights we have for the betterment of the world. And I feel like that is what I'm doing here. I do not have all the answers, but I do have some. And I do work really hard to share my insight with other people. And I have the joy of being able to share that wisdom with other people. So if this has helped you, if this has resonated with you, if you feel like there is somebody out there who would really appreciate what I talked about today, please feel free to send this out. Share it on your social media stuff, and then also share the article. So it is definitely a labor of love. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I send you love and light, and I wish for you to be soul connected, so that you know the next right step. So have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Until next time.